The original Kia Sorento was a budget family workhorse. The modern one, however, is a premium large SUV and its price tag is closer to £30,000, which means it's competing against the likes of the Skoda Kodiaq, Peugeot 5008 and Land Rover Discovery Sport, which is tough competition. So is it up to it, or if you need to lug 7 people around, should you be looking elsewhere? In this review, we'll answer that question as well as share with you what it's like to live with, how easy it is to drive and how spacious and practical it is. And remember, if you're thinking of buying a new car, we can help save you thousands. Just head to our new car buying section on whatcar.com. First of all though, let's take this for a drive. Engine choice for the Kia Sorento is very simple because there's just one. It's a 2.2 litre diesel, it has 197 brake horsepower, and although it's not very flexible by modern standards, it is punchy enough, especially if you keep it between 2,000 and 3,500 RPM. And it's faster than both a Nissan X-Trail and Land Rover Discovery Sport. The good news is that unless you're revving it really hard, you'll barely notice it's there. Likewise, you only really get steering wheel and pedal vibrations if you're really pushing hard on the pedal. There is some wind and road noise, and today, rain noise. 4-wheel drive and a 6-speed manual gearbox come as standard on the Sorento. However, the gear changes are long and notchy. We much prefer the 8-speed automatic, which suits the Sorento's relaxed nature a bit better. Rather than trying to make the Sorento feel sporty, Kia has instead focused on giving the car a comfortable ride, and the results are generally impressive. Its soft suspension soaks up larger obstacles such as speed bumps, and it lopes along the motorway very well. Things get a bit more unsettled around town, especially if you go for a GT Line or GT Line S model, which ride on chunky 19-inch alloy wheels, but the Sorento's stiff body stops most shudders from being felt inside. To achieve that comfortable ride, the Kia sacrifices agility. It's nowhere near as nimble as rivals from Skoda and Land Rover. The steering is vague and it's unevenly weighted, which means you're never really sure what those front wheels are doing. The driver's seat offers a good amount of sideways support, and all but the cheapest KX1 and KX2 models get adjustable lumbar support. There's also plenty of adjustment in the seat, so it's easy to find a comfortable driving position. You're also sitting very high up, so you get a great commanding view of the road. Sideways visibility is excellent. Unfortunately, due to the sloping roofline, the rear visibility is compromised. However, you do get front and rear parking sensors and a reversing camera as standard. And if you go for GT Line S, you get an all-round visibility and even a self-park system. The Sorento has one of the best interiors for build quality among non-premium SUVs. Everything in here looks well put together and built to last, and aside from some flimsy switches on the steering wheel, most of these buttons are well damped. Sure, it's not as good as what you'll find in an Audi, but at least as well built as a Discovery Sport. Even entry-level KX1 models come with a 7-inch touchscreen, which gets you Bluetooth, DAB radio, USB in, and also Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on what phone you have. Upgrade to KX2 and you gain an inch, you get an 8-inch touchscreen and also satellite navigation. Take it one stage further, and if you go for the KX3 or GT Line S models, you get an upgraded stereo system, which is great if you love your music. Now, a large SUV should be spacious, and the Kia Sorento doesn't disappoint. There's plenty of room for tall adults in the front, and there's also lots of storage. So we've got 2 cup holders, we've got somewhere for your mobile phone. Underneath the central armrest, there's some more storage, which is actually very big in there. Decent sized door bin and a medium sized glove box, which is just like that. And the doors open very wide, which makes getting in and out an absolute doddle. Step into the middle row and you'll find that there is plenty of room. Even if you would like to fit 3 adults side by side, that is definitely possible. Be warned though, if you go for KX3 or GT Line S, you get this panoramic sunroof. Not a problem for me, but if you're 6 foot tall, you may find that your headroom is slightly compromised. Now, what about these very rear seats? Fine if you're a child, but a little too cramped if you're an adult. However, there is more room in this car than you'll find in a Skoda Kodiaq or Land Rover Discovery Sport. It's just a shame that you can only access these seats from one side of the car. Boot space is another of the Sorento's strong points, because in 5-seat mode there's more space for your luggage than you'll find in either the Discovery Sport or Volvo XC60. And even with all 7 seats in place, you'll still be able to fit a couple of small suitcases or a weekly shop. This boot is a practical shape too, and there's no annoying load lip to lift your items over. The Kia Sorento does have a fairly hefty price tag, however you do get a lot of car for your money. Even the entry-level KX1 has everything that you're likely to need, including air conditioning, Bluetooth, DAB radio, 7-inch touchscreen including Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We do think though it would be a smart upgrade to go to KX2, where you get some luxuries including heated seats, dual zone climate control, automatic wipers and self-leveling suspension. The Kia Sorento isn't the most fuel-efficient large SUV around, and it will cost you more in company car tax than a lot of its rivals. And in real-world fuel economy tests, it performed less well against the Skoda Kodiaq and Land Rover Discovery Sport, and it will also lose more of its value over 3 years than both of those cars. There is peace of mind, however, that all Kias come with a 7-year warranty, and there's a whole host of driver aids and 6 airbags. Automatic emergency braking, though, can only be spec'd on high-end models, and you can't spec it on the options list with the lower models. The Kia Sorento makes a lot of sense if you regularly need to fill all 7 seats. It's also a very capable towing car. It's not the class leader, but we love its big practical interior and generous equipment. For plenty more on the Kia Sorento, including our full online review, head to whatcar.com. You'll also find reviews of its key rivals. And remember, if you're thinking about buying one, go to our new car deals section where we can help save you thousands. But before you do anything, never miss another video, hit subscribe.